Once upon a time, in a land where even the cows wore sunglasses, there lived a clever little fox named Felix. Felix was not your ordinary fox. He had a knack for getting into trouble and, more importantly, getting out of it with a wink and a grin. One sunny day, while prancing through the forest, he overheard a conversation between a couple of rabbits discussing a grand feast in the king's palace. Now, Felix's stomach was rumbling louder than a marching band, and he thought, why not crash the party? So, he hatched a plan that involved a comically oversized disguise, a rather dapper squirrel suit complete with a tiny top hat. As he approached the palace, he strutted like he owned the place, and the guards, confused by this sophisticated squirrel, let him pass. Inside, the feast was a spectacle, tables loaded with carrots, berries, and enough cheese to make a mouse faint. Felix, feeling quite fancy, made his way to the cheese platter and began to nibble away, thinking he was the king of the party. But just then, the real king, a rather grumpy-looking bear, roared. Who dares to feast without an invitation? Felix, never one to miss an opportunity, stood up on a chair and declared, I am Sir Squirrel of the Great Oak. I've come to bless this feast with my presence. The guests looked at each other, puzzled but entertained. After all, a squirrel in a top hat was worth a good laugh. The king, amused, decided to play along. Very well, Sir Squirrel, what wisdom do you bring to our feast? Wisdom, Felix replied, scratching his chin, always check your cheese for mice before diving in. The crowd erupted in laughter, and Felix, realizing he had turned the situation to his favor, quickly added, and never trust a bear who offers you honey without a jar. The king, now chuckling, invited Felix to stay, and they all feasted together, the fox and the bear, proving that sometimes a little humor can save the day. And so, in the land of sunglasses-wearing cows, Felix became a legend, not just for his cunning, but for his ability to turn every mishap into a merry tale.